I was at a crossroads. That's what I call it. The challenges really showed up in the sense that I was never really planning on being a business. This sort of fell into my lap. I didn't have a business plan. I didn't have a budget for anything. There was no marketing budget or advertising budget. So I started building word of mouth. And it was working, but it just wasn't happening quickly enough. Somebody suggested that I should get a website, and of course, so me being not so tech savvy and not having a lot of money, I did one of the, do-it-yourselfer website deals, but nobody ever saw it because I was showing up on page 9 of a Google search. And that's when the last 2 quarters of 2016 just flatlined this business. I saw nobody for 6 months. It was either do something drastic or close your doors. And it was early December maybe that I got a phone call from Zach from Townsquare, and he gave me his spiel. And I normally don't answer phone calls that I don't recognize. So, looking back, it was definitely some sort of divine intervention there. When he told me what Townsquare could do for me, I said to him, that sounds like exactly what I need. But I don't have a money tree in my backyard. It wasn't that I didn't think the price was reasonable. I just didn't have it because I was in the red from 2016. And the one thing that I appreciated the most about what Zach said to me was, Paula, don't worry about it. Just take some time, think about it. 2 days later, I got a credit card. Oh, you're pre-approved and apply online and you'll get it in 10 minutes and blah, blah, blah. So I said, all right, what the heck? So I applied, and 10 minutes later they said, we're giving you $1,000. And I was like, yes. And I picked up the phone and I called Zach and I said, you have 3 months. And he said, no pressure at all. I honestly had no idea what to expect. I had no idea what this process was like. And I felt like my first day on the phone with Drew, I was like, wow, this kid's young, but he knows what he's talking about. So he was professional. I loved his accent because being a Northerner and listening to that Southern drawl. No! Yeah. Hi! Hi, Drew! Oh my God! I was hoping and praying. Just so you know, I was hoping and praying. Oh yes, no, I want you to get this on camera. This is the best day ever.
When I first met Paula, she reminded me a lot of people that I've interacted with in my own personal life that have ended up becoming lifelong friends. The sass, the spunk, the sarcasm, the drive to do whatever it takes to reach your goals and get your business off the ground. So when we started the relationship, there was little to no online visibility whatsoever.
I wasn't aware of the impact that online presence would afford me.
Previously in the past, worked with other business owners who are in the massage therapy industry, and I've seen different challenges that they face, so I came into the relationship knowing the different items that we were going to need to address early on in the campaign.
My website was bottom of the line, just bullet points, and Drew came in and they redesigned it, and they added content, and they added all the words that people search and all the things that they know how to do that I would have had no idea how to do. They were worth their weight in gold. So when month 4 started, I did notice that my online presence had gone from page 9 to page 2. And I said, okay, so Townsquare is doing exactly what they said they were going to do. And I was out of credit card money. I said, well, since they're doing what they said they were going to do, I'm going to have to rally on my end and give them a little bit more time. And so I paid April 5th. My nephew took his own life, and that day will forever be in my mind. But 2 days later, I got 5 phone calls from people who had never found me before, who had never seen me, and they found me on Google. And I knew that was Townsquare's doing, because I wasn't visible before. So it was a bittersweet moment at that point in time, that leap of faith that I took with Townsquare was starting to pay off. And so that was the beginning of my love affair with Townsquare. Now, when I ask every single new person that walks in here, how did you find me? And they say, I Googled you, which nobody could say that to me before. 85% of the people, the new people that come to me say, I found you online.
To me, great customer service means finding a personal touch and being reliable. And knowing that they have someone that they can rely on so that they can focus on running their business and growing their business is huge.
It actually got to the point where I felt like Drew and I established a rapport. Like I felt like he really cared. He did. And it was just the little subtle things that he would do. Just a phone call, hey, just checking in, how you doing? What did this month look like? Townsquare made my business feel like it was a multi-million-dollar business, even though it's this little 300 square foot studio business, sleepy little beach town. When you establish that relationship with somebody, it's hard to not want to really get to know them, and I just always wanted to give him a hug because I just said, yeah, no, meeting Drew for the first time was better than Christmas.
Meeting Paula for the first time in person was everything that I thought it was going to be and more. I was really looking forward to that hug. And I got my hug.
Townsquare definitely, they saved my business. They saved part of my spirit. And yeah, I am eternally grateful, eternally grateful.